What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 19 of the Atletico Football Manager series. The series is going to be taking a bit of a change today. Basically, I've been watching a ton of content. I always learn from the people that are better than me at making this content, and they crop the videos down slightly by showing you the highlights of the games instead of the full game. Obviously, if it's a derby, a title decider, a cup final, possibly even a semi-final, I will be showing you the full game. But going forward, I'll just be showing you like the highlights, because then it cuts out any boring moments, and also, we can sort of play a few more games per episode, and that way we can, progress a little bit quicker and not give you guys loads and loads of long videos where we're only fitting in 4 games. So I hope you guys do like the idea of that. If you don't, please let me know and I can always go back. But before we get into it, guys, drop a like on the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer and closer to 1K every single day, but let's get into it. So then, guys, as mentioned, we are going to be more or less watching the highlights of the games, unless there's any like big games that come up. So like maybe if I play Barcelona, Real Madrid, or if I get into like a cup semi-final to the final, just because I feel like we can get more games done per episode then. And also, like, I feel like it's a bit more entertaining for you guys to watch, because then you're guaranteed to see the actual action, not maybe stuff that was almost a goal or almost, a penalty or stuff like that. You're going to see the actual in live stuff. So let's get into the first game. So the first game we get into is against Bayer Leverkusen, which we do take 2-1, which is a big result for us. But we're going to have a little look now at some of the goals that we did score and then break down the stats. But a game obviously in the Champions League groups, a game that would be very important for us to win. And that's a beautiful ball over there, and Ademi obviously just tucks it in to the bottom right corner. And what a signing he's been for the club. He's been absolutely brilliant. Lamar looks like he steps up here for a penalty, and again, a very sensational goal from him. Composure from the penalty spot. We do look like we end up conceding here, though, from Diaby, who bombs down the wing. And then, wow, it's an own goal from Felipe. So quite a disappointment to actually concede like that. And that was pretty much their only highlight, or their only shot, which led to a goal, and that was our own error. As you can see here, we also had, Was got sent off, and so did Hermoso, and so did one of their players. So we're talking 3 red cards in one game, which is absolutely nuts, to be honest with you. But we did deserve to win the game. We're talking 25 shots, 10 on target, nearly 4 XG. They had more possession. They had a few shots, but their only goal come from our error. So overall, a game that I would say that we did deserve to win. So I'm quite happy with that. But let's get into the next fixture. We then take on Atlético Pamplona. And we are away in this one. We do actually win this game 4-1, which is quite impressive, to be honest with you. I'm just going to make sure this is on. It is on goals, that's fine. And quite a nice goal there from Dybala. Ball gets played into the box, and, none of their defence are really alive to intercept it. But at the end of the day, a game like this, we should be winning. As I say that, Nacho Vidal, obviously, they do create a goal here. A ball in the box, and poor from Oblak. I do expect the defenders, possibly one of them to go for the header, but I guess Oblak did call for it. It looks like Dybala does instantly equalise there with a free kick. A player that obviously wasn't brought in purely for set pieces, but definitely does have it in his locker. And he actually goes through again here. A beautiful ball into Ademi. A great save, but puts it into a danger area. And whenever that happens, Ademi's the type of player that is going to be hunting the ball down. And we get our last goal here with Koke, balling into Rudiger, and he carries on his fine form from scoring. But overall, a game that, well, we absolutely dominated the game. 20 shots, 10 on target, 2.72 XG. Even had a bit more possession, which we don't commonly see too much. And good match ratings out of Dybala, 9.7 from him. But guys, please do let me know what you think of this concept. I just kind of like doing this where I'm showing you the goal highlights, because we can fit more games into an episode, for one. And also, it gives me a chance to actually break down like match ratings, and also a bit more of the stats and stuff like that, because the analytical side of the game is quite, people like to see that, I think anyway, but it is very interesting. And I just feel like, because we're going to get more episodes in, it means that, we're going to be able to possibly advance quicker in it, which means that we could, you'll be seeing possibly more uploads, and we could get more saves going as well. But overall, quite a convincing win. But let's get into our next match and see how that goes. So we then take on FC Nantes in the Champions League group as well. We actually win 5-0 here, so quite a few goals. Looks like we're going to get one here with Koke into Felipe, cuts it back into Saul, Llorente back stick. That looked like, honestly, some type of work set piece. Nothing that was intentional. I'm not going to take credit for that. Saul, a great ball there through to Dybala, looking used to get that in. And he does a beautiful ball into João Felix. And this trio, quad with Sesko, are built as this front three, is honestly outstanding. As Dybala steps up and nets another. He is not messing about this game. Champions League Dybala has been activated. Lamar into Jimenez and Koke, a very tight angle there. Didn't celebrate, which was weird. Very interesting. But Ademi back into Saul, looking for that pass, and he's always on. Ademi with a first-time chip into the corner, and a very dominant performance against Nantes. We're going to break down the stats and have a little look. But wow. So, I mean, first off, 62% possession, but I'm looking at this here. 45 shots, 17 on target, with a 5.16 or 16 XG. They had really nothing going for him, and every player dropped a match rating that is class. Dybala with a 9.1, which is out of this world. Obviously, I'm sure if we switch sides, we're looking at some very bad match ratings. They play quite a negative formation as well. But a game which I don't think anyone can argue that we didn't deserve to win. So a great performance, but as always, on to the next one. So we then take on Valencia in a 2-0 win, which is obviously, you know, a very good result against Valencia, because at the time, they were actually doing quite well in the league. But Carrasco looks like he gets the ball in here, which he does into Felipe. It's a good save, actually. Rudiger cuts it back into Carrasco, who cuts it back again, Felipe. And it's not great goalkeeping. It was quite a slow shot, but we'll take it. Sesko here, though, on the break. There's space there, and he finds it to Paul, who I remember I subbed on quite, you know, and he scored pretty much in his first touch. But nevertheless, a 2-0 win. Not much going on there in terms of highlights at all. But Valencia are quite a tough team to play. As you can see there, DePaul actually gets the goal in the 95th minute with a Sesko assist. No real outstanding performances. Felipe did have a good game there. Obviously, he got the goal and did keep a clean sheet, so quite good there. Not dominated, but had more possession, better shots on target, better shots overall. If we look at the Valencia side, they're playing a basic 4-4-2, right back with the best performer on the team. But overall, not a bad performance against a side like Valencia, and that does push us up the table. So, I mean, overall, what I want to see from this team going forward is, I know we've got the firepower up top, but keeping clean sheets is something I do want to do with this team, because I feel like bringing in Rudiger is a massive upgrade. So to see a few more clean sheets would be nice. And look, going forward, I am looking to bring in possibly like a world-class right-back, potentially, because our right-backs are good, but then possibly not title-winning. But let's get into the next game. So we then go in against Villarreal, a team which done us dirty last year, absolutely dirty. We did actually win 3-2 in this game. It was a very dramatic game, and trust me, there is some moment, there's a big moment in this game which I remember, and honestly, I was mind-blown when I saw this. Absolutely mind blown. But let's run that anyway. But Ademi into Was, carries on driving, actually, to be fair, avoids the challenge. Ademi plays it back into him, and for a right back, you know, he's actually a very good finisher of the ball, a very, very good finisher. But I can't wait to see this moment. This moment, honestly, I've never conceded a goal like it, and it's mad. But Ademi goes through here, near post, he gets exploited, and to be honest, the goalkeeper gave it to him. The goalkeeper opened up his near post. Ademi put his hand up and said thank you. Simple as that. Ademi here again on the right hand side drills the ball across into João Felix, and he knocks it down to Hermoso, and we actually did go 3-0 up. That's the interesting thing with this scoreline. But then, you know, events did happen. That's all I'm going to say. So this happened. Like, what is this? Hello, Oblak? What is that for a goal? Like, what is going on with that? I've never seen anything like it. And then, again, I thought this was going to be, you know, almost the great collapse, as I say that, as poor possession loss there, and they get another one. And at this point, I was like, right, we need to shut up shop. I went very defensive, time wasting, and I think I possibly even might have brought some players back. But, oh no, I didn't, because I finished the formation, finished the team, or the game in that formation. But overall, a game which realistically was comfortable turned into a game which they could have got a point from. They didn't play bad. They dominated possession. Obviously, 4 shots on target, 6 off target, or just 6 shots. We did dominate the shots, I must say, and the XG was in our favour. But games like that, we've got to be careful, because if you do that against a Real Madrid or Barcelona, one of the top European sides in the Champions League even, you're going to get punished. That they are going to equalise. We've seen it in real life a lot. You know, teams that bottle leads. Example, Man City in the Champions League. You know, you take your foot off the gas a little bit, you get punished. But overall, quite an average performance, I must say. Nothing too special. The front three getting the goals, which is always nice to see, and obviously Was popping up. Villarreal, quite a, you know, average performance from them as well. A team which I thought they'd be playing like a 4-4-2, but they pretty much matched us with a 4-3-3. And like I said, it nearly paid off for them. But we'll get into the next game. But what a game that was. So we then get into our next game. And I'm not going to, you know, mess about with this one, because it literally is a set-piece goal. It was the most boring game of this season by far. An away game against Celta Vigo, who did go down to 10 men towards the end. But DePaul coming up with the goods again. We will run it so you can see, but quite a basic free kick that does give us the lead in the 72nd minute, roughly. And as you can see, the bookends in this were absolutely crazy. Carrasco actually did get a disallowed goal as well. But bookends upon bookends for the players, and a game which overall we definitely should have won, but we didn't take the chances, so it could have went either way. Celta Vigo with a bit more possession, but we did dominate the shots and the XG. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you don't get the goals. And luckily, we just about managed to get the goal, which come from a set piece from DePaul, which, you know, if we wouldn't have got that free kick, it probably would have been a 0-0 game. But overall, no great performers. The back line had quite a good game in general, nothing like amazing, but a decent game out of everyone, I believe. The front three didn't actually really do much for that game. I'm probably fatigued, to be honest with you. And Celta Vigo obviously playing their traditional 4-4-2. But not much to talk about in that game in general, just because, you know, it was quite a boring game. But let's get into the next one, and hopefully there'll be a bit more action. Now, I promise you guys more action. You get more action. The next game against Getafe, however you want to say it, 7-0. Obviously a team, they're in relegation, but 7 goals to go through. So let's get into it, because these stats, I think, are going to be brutal. But Lodi into Sesko, looks for the option. A great ball through to João Felix, who just waits, takes his time, always the cutback. And Lodi, our fullbacks, are actually getting quite a few goals this season, which is good to see, because I do tell them to get involved. Lodi down the line here, should be an option in the middle. He's actually taken it wide, plays it back into Felix, into Saul, and again, I think the keeper dived. The point of view was blocked by Kabako, and again, quite a poor goal for them to concede. But Wasir going through, and very, very good out of him this season when it comes to attacking. A ball across into Sesko, and again, they look easy goals, and to be honest, this back line that Getafe put out just wasn't really cutting it. Loose in possession there, Koke into João Felix, plays the ball into Sesko, who puts it back into Saul, through to Koke, keeper not off his line quick enough, and we're just playing it about for fun at this point. And overall, it's been a dominant performance, it really has so far. But Was looking for the ball over the top, Sesko loses his man, through, a little Panenka, little chip over the keeper, and he's made him look silly. And that is 5 goals, I believe. 2 more to come. Koke, ball in the box, back stick. And that is that Raul Jimenez or Felipe? Felipe actually gets the goal. So we're still, you know, getting these goals from set pieces, which is exactly what I want. And Was with another attempt to get an assist, which he does pull off. Goalkeeper does some type of acrobats there, which I've never seen. Yeah, as I thought, brutal stats. 27 shots, 18 on target, 3 XG. 53% possession as well. They virtually had nothing going for them the entire game. We absolutely dominated. Everyone got a good match rate in. The midfielders did. Sesko with a 9.7. Was nearly with a 10. 3 assists and a clean sheet. The entire back line played well. Felipe nearly getting a 9. And I'm sure if we look at the side of Getafe, it's not going to be pretty. And it's not. The 4-2-3-1 being played, a lot of players dropping 5 match ratings, a load of them dropping 6s as well. Not a great display out of them. To be honest, it was a bit of a mismatch in terms of quality. They're fighting relegation. You know, we're basically at the top of the table, going for the title. So I do feel a little bit of pity towards them. But overall, a very, very good performance. But let's get into the last game of this episode. So then, guys, the last game of the episode is actually a 1-0 against Bilbao. The goal coming about it looks like it's going to come in about the 27th minute. And to be honest, this was similar to Celta Vigo, a game which didn't have too much going for it in terms of visual aspect, visual pleasing. But at the end of the day, a result is a result. Ademi here just taking it wide, cuts it back, and it's an easy goal for Sesko. Poor marking there from the Bilbao back line. And again, it's 3 points. Not the most, entertaining game, but at the end of the day, we did deserve to win, as you can see there. I mean, they had virtually nothing. We actually dominated the ball for once in the game. 60%, 26 shots, 9 on target, a 2.48 XG difference as well there. And overall, a very, very dominant performance. Great ratings from the back line. Average in the midfield, to be fair. Sesko and Felix pretty much with the best ratings in the team overall. And Bilbao, Williams, I don't think he got much going for him. It's very negative formation. It's actually like a 5-2-2-1, isn't it? So very negative there out of them. But overall, I would say quite a good episode in terms of results. But please do let me know, guys, in the comments what you think of this sort of this take on the series. Do you prefer me fitting in this amount of games? Because for me, it's quite good because obviously, it means that I can play a few games off record, and then so if I'm playing late at night, I don't want to keep the whole household up. I can obviously play a few games, and then also it's good for you guys because you can see the key highlights, and you can all see the key points of the game, like the goals, and obviously you also get to see a lot more games in an episode, so you're not tuning in for sort of 30 minutes to see 4 games. If we talk about how many games we've gone over, so we'll have a look at the schedule. This is obviously in the last episode. We didn't lose, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're talking 8 games. It's double what we're usually doing, and that's what I'm going to aim for. I'm going to aim to get 8 games an episode in, but obviously there is going to be the episode. So example, I know it's a while away, but this game here, Villarreal semi-final. Anything that's a semi-final onwards, I'm going to watch the whole game because I feel like that's the key games. Even the Barcelona game I might watch, any sort of big game that means something. If we look at the table, just because we haven't looked at it together in a while, you can see here, we're actually first in the league. We've got the goal difference advantage as well. Barcelona wow, they are in 12th. Let's have a quick look what's going on with them. A different manager. Have they lost any key players? Aubameyang's in. Gavi, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Fati. They're just having a really poor season, I think. Wow, I was not expecting that. But that's who we're going to be playing in the next episode. So if we go back to the schedule quickly, you can see what sort of games we're going to be playing. It might be a slightly longer episode next time because we've got Barcelona, which I might watch, and also we are definitely going to be playing this semi-final. But hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please do leave a like on the video, drop a comment on your thoughts and any future signings you might want to see in this save, because although we ain't got a big budget, I'm hoping if we do well we get a little bit more. And last but not least, please do subscribe to the channel, guys. Turn on notifications. There's going to be live streams at 1k subs, and I've literally got such a fantastic series planned for that. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it enough, please do leave a like on the video, and please do subscribe. Turn on notifications for plenty more uploads. Underneath my camera, I've personally selected a video which I really think you'll like. And also up next on the other side is a video that YouTube think you might like from my channel. So please do check them out, guys. Also, if you do want to keep in touch with me, be sure to follow my socials. I've got my Instagram and my Twitter above. I love to interact with you guys. But last but not least, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.